Okay, let's start with this problem here where we are trying to locate point C, which will be on the x-axis, so that the distance from point C to A and B is going to be the minimum. So let me draw a really rough sketch to give you a visual, but we're going to use all algebra here to go ahead and calculate. So if we do a graph of -4, 3, it's approximately in this region right here. And then 5, 7 is going to be about right here. Okay, so step 1, we're going to reflect A over the x-axis. Reflect A over the x-axis. Step 2, we are going to write the equation for the line of A prime B. Okay, and then step 3, we're going to calculate the x-intercept. Okay, so if I take my point, reflect it over the x-axis, I'm somewhere down here, so there's my A prime. And then when I go to connect, I'm going to write that equation. Now again, this is a real rough sketch, so it may not really indicate that the y-intercept's in the right spot and so forth. So step 1, I need to write the equation of the line. So I need the slope. So you're welcome to grab a regular graph paper and count rise over run. But I'm going to do the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 formula for my slope. So I'm going to write A prime above here. So my A prime point is at -4, -3. So I need the slope of A prime to be. So when I do that, I'm going to have my 7 minus -3, 5 minus -4. Of course, those negatives are all going to cancel each other out. So my slope looks like 10 divided by 9, or 10 ninths. Now, when I do 10 divided by 9, I get 1.1 repeating. So I'm going to leave it as 10 ninths. So I need the equation of the line. So I'm going to do y equals 10 ninths is my m, x plus b. So I'm going to plug in one of my ordered pairs for x and y. So I'm probably going to pick point B. So when I substitute in point B, the y is 7. Of course, my slope would be 10 ninths. I'm going to plug in the x coordinate, which is a 5, and then plus b. So when I go ahead and do 10 ninths times 5, and I'm going to rewrite it as an improper fraction, I get 50 ninths, okay, because I can just do 10 divided by 5. Okay, and then now I need to take away 50 ninths from both sides. Okay, so 7 minus 50 ninths. I get like 1 4 ninths. So I'm going to leave that write that as an improper fraction, which is 13 ninths. So my equation, I'm going to come back over here. I've got y equals 10 ninths x plus 13 ninths. So now I'm ready to move on to my x-intercept. So in order to do my x-intercept, it's a number, comma 0. So I'm going to plug that 0 in for y. So 0 equals 10 ninths x plus 13 over 9. And so now I need to solve for x. So I'm going to move my 13 ninths over to the other side by subtracting. So I'm going to have negative 13 ninths equals 10 ninths x. Okay, and then now I'm going to solve for x. So I can either multiply both sides by a reciprocal, I can divide by 10 ninths, however you want to think about that. Okay, so if I've got negative 13 ninths and I divide by 10 ninths, I end up with, as a fraction, I end up with x equals negative 13 tenths. Of course, this one is a terminating decimal, so that's going to be negative 1.3. So my ordered pair, I can either write negative 1.3 and call that my answer, or I can do negative 13 tenths, comma 0. That would be another way to write the answer. Okay. Okay, so we'll do another one of these another day. So feel free to kind of rework this as many times as you feel like you need so that you can get this down.